In this video, I'm going to be explaining multiple reasons why I believe Hytale will be releasing next month. If you watched the trailer and asked around, you'd know that every single picture, image, and slow motion scene was created through the game itself. There were no exterior mods included to make these pictures, which means that this is the actual game we're looking at. These are actual angles that you can replicate when you play the game yourself. So that just shows how advanced they already are into the development of the game itself. Hytale actually began in 2015, 2 years after the server was released, Hypixel. And Hytale's production was actually started way before they even had sufficient funding. It says, and I quote, "Initially funded by the success of servers, before the team sought the investment needed for the transition from modders to development studio." So they were making progress towards this game before they even had a stable fund. They were using the server's fundings to make Hytale a creation. If you go on the Hytale Twitter, it's created in April of 2016. That's roughly 4 months minimum of when Hytale became a thing. Hytale began in 2015, and their Twitter was created April 2016. Once they established their game, they decided to create their social medias. Their Snapchat was also created around the same time. Once Hypixel finally created Hytale Studios, they finally ended up getting support and funding from other companies. They've actually gotten funding, but not limited to, Riot Games, one of the largest companies in the world for video games, and all of these investors who's worked with Blizzard, Riot Games as well, and just a bunch of entrepreneur investors and people who know exactly what they're talking about when it comes to successful video games. Which leads me to my next point. If they have Riot Games on their side, when did Riot Games become a thing? Riot Games was founded in 2006 in LA. Over 1,000 people worked on League of Legends, and they completed the game in 3 years. Riot Games started in 2006 as a company just like Hytale, and they finished their game in 3 years with 1,000 people working on it. Although they started from scratch into a game genre that hasn't really been created before. As of September of 2016, over 100 million people still play the game monthly. It's one of the most successful video games of the 21st century. Fortnite coming up, taking that spot very soon, but League of Legends is still way up there. If a huge video game company created this masterpiece in 3 years, I'm going to have to say that Hytale, even though they don't have the amount of people that Riot began with, they have the experience of multiple years. They actually have experience of at least 5 years dealing with this exact game type. And they've been working on the engines and replicating other things towards the engine for years and years so far. I personally believe that they're pretty close to being finished. Like I said before, all of the cinematics from the Hytale trailer are actually in-game. So the game is playable and possibly open to beta soon. Another thing on the Hytale website, hytale.com/jobs, has 3 current job openings. We have a QA engineer, a software tester, and a senior game designer. I can tell you right now that these 3 jobs are necessary for creating a complete video game online. All of these 3 jobs, Hytale already has. They're just needing more. They already have a senior game designer, because without a senior game designer, how are they going to be even creating a game? I personally think that because there's only 3 job openings, they're not looking for more developers and everything. They're specifically just looking for these 3, which makes me come to the conclusion that they already have the game almost complete. They're waiting for beta, and they want more and more staff when it comes along to make updates even faster. There's no need for them to continue to hire people if they've already had the same group of people for the last 3 years. They're coming close, and changes soon, and they're going to be making adjustments to their staff to help with all of the updates needing to come very, very soon. I did some research on Twitter and found this user named Winghide at Hypixel, and her bio says former member of the Hytale World team. Now, if I had to jump to any conclusions, I would have to say that Hytale isn't out yet. So how is this girl a former member of a Hytale World team when the game has never came out before? Well, Bo, you've jumped to the conclusion that this girl or woman has worked with the network and created some of the builds. She's been working, she's been understanding all of Hytale and how it works. She's been a part of it. Now she's a current member of the Hypixel builders. So there's two reasons why she could have been a former member. One, she could have resigned because she wasn't interested anymore and she wanted to go back to Minecraft. Or two, that she was done her job and they don't need her anymore. They finished all of the world building and they don't quite need her. They moved her to Hypixel. They're both the same company. They're allowed to do that. Or there's a third where she just resigned. She wasn't interested, or maybe she got fired, but who knows? I'm pretty sure she's a polite woman and she probably just moved to Hypixel because they don't need her anymore. All the job is done. We're getting closer to the game actually becoming finished. Here's a picture online from some of the Hytale developers. It looks to me like the guy on the left has two different colored shoes, one of a white and one of a sort of darker cream color. That means he's a hardworking man and he doesn't care what he looks like. He needs to get his job done. The guy on the right with the long hair has two different colored socks with his shirt tucked in. He's making money moves and he's building the business and he's done his job. And the man in the back, it looks like he also has two different colored socks. Maybe a different design, both black and gray, but they all pretty much know that the game is done and they are happy waiting for the trailer to be released. Another good sign of it coming out very soon. Okay, that last part was just kind of humor, but it could actually be true. So now we have this Twitter user named Quebec. Quebec? I'm not too sure. This girl has decided to celebrate with a tattoo. She's got a tattoo of a Hytale character on her body. Just another conspiracy theory, but I'd have to say that if I ever got a tattoo on my body from a game I'm developing, I'm pretty sure it'd have to be complete, finished, and ready to make money before I put a tattoo on my body. It would be a damn shame if the game never released and fell due to insufficient fundings, and then this girl still has a tattoo. I'm not too sure about this one, but I'm gonna have to say that Hytale's coming out very, very soon if this woman already has a tattoo. Another important thing to talk about is that the Hypixel announcement trailer has over 22 million views. And it's getting about 8,000 views per hour, which means it's still gaining attraction on the YouTube network servers, video production team. Oh my god, bro, I'm losing my mind. How is Hytale getting 22 million views? You know why? Because there's so many articles online talking about this. Do you know how many views a League of Legends trailer would get? I'll tell you right now. League of Legends trailer. 41 million views. They have 10 million subscribers on YouTube. All of their videos have millions and millions of views. They're partnered with Riot Games. Riot Games is making this game huge. Hytale needs, as much as it sounds sad, but they need to cash in on this. Hypixel is not going to be successful if they wait an entire year. Nobody will be hyped for Hytale besides the people that played Hypixel. I would say a maximum amount of time for a game to come out in a trailer is about 3 to 4 months. Black Ops 4 came out with their official multiplayer reveal trailer May of 2018, and their game released in October. We have June, we have July, we have August, we have September, and we have October. One of the largest gaming series has come out with their trailer 5 months ahead of time. They have the entire plan of advertisement mastered. It took them 5 months to make their trailer and then release the game. 5 months. If Hytale makes any longer than 5 months, I don't think Hytale is really going to make their game release 5 months longer than their trailer coming out. I really do think it's going to be sooner than 5 months. And quite frankly, I think it's going to be even sooner. The game's done. The game's ready. They're messing around, man. Look at this. Hytale tweets modding in Hypixel can get a little explosive. And it's a little Groot-looking dude with an AK-47. They're just building the hype. Releasing the game right now would not be that good. There's 8,000 people still figuring out Hytale's a thing every hour. They're going to wait and wait and wait. And that's why I think it's going to be releasing quite soon. But that's all the time I have today. I hope you guys learned a little bit of information about Hytale and the back end of everything and when it might possibly be released. I personally believe that the game will be coming out in maybe March. This month is January. It could be February. It could be next month. But my opinion might be the end of March. Not that far away. A couple months or so. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you leave a like on this video. It'll show a lot of help for my channel. And always remember to keep on BoehSpamming.